Good evening, class. My name is Charles Goodling. Today I will be giving a presentation on USBDeview as well as a demonstration at the end. What is USBDeview? USBDeview, or for short, is USBDeview. It's USB Device Viewer is their longer name of it. It's a small utility that lists all USB devices that are currently connected to your computer, as well as all USB devices that you've previously used. What can it do? It can display various information for the USB devices, from the name, description, the type, serial numbers, date, time, etc. It can also allow you to uninstall and disconnect current USB devices that are connected to the computer. Another neat feature is that you can use USBDeview on a remote computer as long as you have the admin credentials to that computer, which can be quite handy. USBDeview is a free software. You can install it with a floppy disk, CD-ROM, internet, or other way. If you make any changes to that, you must distribute it as a whole and give it back to them, basically, since it is open source. What are the system requirements for USBDeview? Basic system requirement: it works on most Windows operating systems, does not work on Windows 98, which I would hope nobody has. Unfortunate aspect is it doesn't work on Linux or Mac operating systems yet, but I think they're in the process of working on that. So you can install USBDeview on the link below in Nearsoft and go into the USBDeview page and downloading it from there, which you can do it like so. Oops. They basically have it on their little website. Let me zoom in some so people can see it. It's currently been used in 2019 and kind of gives you a basic description and what they're doing in their different versioning throughout the time that they continuous updating it. So let's get on into it. When you do download it, it does come in a extractable file, so you will have to extract it. Looks like the file's gone. Oh well. You will have to extract it, and these 3 files will be in there. There is a README, just kind of telling you about different things, and it does come with a help thing that kind of breaks things down a little bit further if it decides to load. Well, I guess it's not going to load, but it's supposed to. It's like a help file. It should give you more information, or actually, no, it must be in here. Oh, I guess not. Okay, well, typically the help file works, but for some reason in this instance it does not. So as you can see, I launched it. It automatically pulled up all the current USB devices that are connected to my computer at the time, except for this one right here, which is the purplish looking thing right here. It shows you where there was a smart card connected, which would be military stuff. But then you can kind of see right here in the gray one are USB devices that were previously connected but are not currently connected. And then all your greens are what is currently connected. As you can see, I have USB hubs, and it's even so advanced it can give you kind of the name of what it is. A Stream Deck is just a little device that you punch a bunch of numbers on. These are headphones. It even gives you the whole name of them, which could be quite useful if you're looking at what was installed. And you can kind of see where some stuff's listed twice and whatnot, just because I may have unplugged it or restarted the computer or something along the lines of that. You can delete devices if you wanted to and remove them. So if I wanted to kind of remove this one, I could. I could disconnect it. Disconnect. Oh. Well, I could disable it, but that didn't do right. Supposed to be able to disconnect them, so let's try and unplug this USB. Unplug it real quick wherever it went. So we went from 40 to, and let's and we went up to, we did not change at all. So it should have let us short by the last date. So 23, 24, 11, 2. So here it goes. It should be, I would imagine it's, why is it so it doesn't seem to update as frequently? That is odd. Okay, let us enable all. Oh, my bad. Let's go ahead and show everything just so we make sure we're not missing everything. And there, now it should report everything. Let's refresh it. And try and unplug it again. 41 devices. Now it's sorted by date, so it should be this device. Let's see if it'll give me further information. It's supposed to be a SanDisk, but it's not giving me a whole lot of information other than it is a USB. Maybe this one, because it's SanDisk, doesn't want to work right. Okay. Well, you can do various different things through here. As you can see, it goes all the way back to 9/23 of this year, which is around the time I reformatted my computer. So I'm sure if I keep it for a longer time, it could go a lot longer if I wanted it to, but I do not. I typically like to wipe my computer every so often. I mean, there's so much information, and it can kind of tell you why, you know, it reported, which was just saying it was removed, or who knows, I may have ran an update, and a lot of the software updates will disconnect it from the USB and reinstall it. So as you can see, that's kind of why you see this multiple times within the time it may have been running an update. This right here is another drive on my computer. As you can see, it's an E drive, which would be another storage device that I have assigned a drive letter. And as you can see, here it is. Well, there's that USB. So it's E drive. You can see the drive letter. You can see the last time it was created, installed. That is odd because this one should have been up at the last plugged in or unplugged date, but it only showed the creation date, which doesn't make sense because I just unplugged it a couple seconds ago actually. So as you can see, there's a flaw in that aspect. Pretty useful kind of seeing how much power is going through it if you want to look into that type of information. When they first plugged the device in and when they plugged or last unplugged, which this is not accurate, because so if we're taking that into concept, so it says Ultra, so I unplug it. Now the Ultra should have disappeared or show as not being there. Well, as we can see, there is no device name by the name of Ultra. which we should be able to view even stuff that's been unplugged as it's supposed to. Display devices, display disconnected devices, so it should be showing it as a disconnected device. I should still be able to see it in here. Maybe alright, now let's plug it in and see where it comes up at. And that time it came up here. And it does give you the serial number, but that is not accurate. So for USB devices, it looks like every time you plug it in, it recreates its own thing based on the USB. So as far as tracking when USBs are plugged in, it doesn't seem to be great for that. But if you have different devices, maybe hubs, different things of that nature, you can use so. You can create a HTML report to show an HTML file, just basically everything that you've seen in the other one into one big file to use as evidence in that case. Just kind of showing what's currently connected to the computer. Another way to quickly just pull that history and throw it into a report. You can do the same thing for making it as a CSV file. Where's the CS? And you can save it as a CSV file if you wanted to, and import it into an Excel sheet and kind of parse the data if you wanted to do it that way as well. Or if you just wanted certain ones that are currently connected, you could just select basically all those and go from there. And then save those into a text file, CSV file, HTML, however you want to save that. So it currently is on this one, which is not a USB hub. USB master storage device. And there we go. Now it's showing right. So right here where it says SanDisk Ultra USB device, it shows that this is what it was, and it was plugged into the computer. And this is another USB that was plugged into the computer before. It does not have a device name because nothing's plugged into, but this is showing what it was before, which is showing correctly now. Maybe I was misreading. And then of course when I plug it back in, it'll repopulate, and boom, there's a little serial number, what it's currently assigned to, the name of it, and going from there. So it's just a quick way, just kind of show how you can put it into GMT if you wanted to use it that, and adding different things on that. But it's not that advanced, but it is quite useful just to kind of see what's currently connected to your computer and going from there. Thank you very much.